You're on CYInterview.
I'm Grushenik. Featured columnist Jay Bilstein is with me. If you're someone who cares about the environment, Earth Day is coming up on April 22nd. One way to help the environment is buying secondhand. Today we welcome Michael Mack of Mack's Pawn Luxury in Las Vegas. Michael, thanks for joining us on CYInterview. How are you?
Great to be with you guys.
Great to be with you this morning. So a lot of people might not think of pawn shops immediately when they think of Las Vegas, but how big is the pawn shop industry in the entertainment capital of the world? And tell me, of course, about your store.
Well, you know, the pawn industry in Nevada has probably always been one of the strongest in the U.S. because of the demand for quick cash. Always people assume that pawn shops and gambling go hand in hand. And there is some connection, but most of it is just people living in a 24-hour town with, you know, cash needs. Since 2008, you know, it used to be the lower class, middle class folks that would use pawn, and since 2008, all bets were off because banking became a lot more difficult for those that, with credit, to borrow from $5,000 to $20,000. So the pawn industry is strong. We do a great job. I'm a fourth-generation pawnbroker. My brother and I started Super Pawn. We had 22 stores here in Vegas and 50 altogether. And now currently I own Mack's Pawn Luxury, which is expanding very soon here as well.
You know, a lot of people might not think, immediately about pawn shops. But, you know, when you're going to a pawn shop, obviously you can save some money on buying something. So just as a general thought, how much do you think people can save, percentage-wide on something secondhand?
You know, it can range anywhere from 20 to 75% off. And, those savings are so important, obviously, with how the economy is. When a tank of gas is $120, people don't have a lot of extra expendable income. So buying secondhand is becoming more and more popular.
So tell me then how buying secondhand helps the environment with Earth Day coming up.
Well, you know, it's about being sustainable. If you can buy, one of our largest categories is designer handbags. And when you take, in effect, what it costs to make a handbag and what it does on the environment, if you can sell secondhand goods, we call it upselling, you know, and sustainable. People want luxury items, and if they can buy them secondhand, we're saving the environment. Anything you can buy that's secondhand that doesn't have to use machinery or any type of environmental impact, we're saving not only money, but we're saving the earth.
Jay?
I'm glad you brought that up, Michael, and so pleased. I've got a couple of questions for you this morning. I think you'll be able to shed light on what's going on. I think that's proven to be true in most areas, but over the last 4 years, the market for luxury wristwatches, especially luxury wristwatches in the secondhand market, especially with a very, very famous, well-known brand out of Switzerland that has a crown as part of its logo, those prices have gone absolutely berserk. And from what I've seen, the prices are higher if you buy it in call it the secondary market, the used market, the gray market, potentially, than if you were to wait on a waiting list in a luxury watch boutique. What on earth, Michael, is taking place with luxury watches?
Well, your descriptive of the brand Rolex was great. Rolex happens to be the granddaddy of them all in watches. But really the truth of pricing has gone all across the luxury market, all across the board. Because if you're looking for a Louis Vuitton bag, you're looking for a Rolex, you're looking for Cartier, if you're looking for, a Rolls Royce, all the high-end luxury has gone nuts. The pre-owned market has gone nuts with cars. You can buy a brand new Mercedes and sell it the day you walk off the lot for $40,000 to $100,000 over sticker. Now, Rolex in particular, we do a fabulous job in pre-owned and new Rolexes when we get our hands on them. But, for example, a Rolex Daytona, which is one of the classic watches, James Bond style Rolex, retails for about $11,000. And in the secondary market, they cost as much as $50,000. So Rolex has gone bonkers. You know, Louis Vuitton and Chanel during the pandemic have had 4 price increases. Now, that's not because people weren't buying luxury goods. It's because people were buying more than ever. The wealth in this world has gone up so high, and the demand for new and now pre-owned product has gone crazy.
Yeah, it is. You know, you must have read my mind, because you must be a psychic as well as a master of the pawn shop world, because I recall seeing, maybe it was 2019, maybe it was 2018, a gold Rolex Daytona with a green face. And for some reason, green faces became in for a while. Now I think with certain Rolexes, these kind of robin's egg faces have become of the moment. And this watch back then in 2019, 2018, gold Daytona, green face, was $50,000, and I saw just a couple of other days ago for like $180,000 in 3-4 years, and I said, what on earth is going on? But I think you make an excellent point that wealth is increased. 2 quick questions. One, and this is really pre-pandemic, but do you get a tremendous amount of people who come to Las Vegas from Asia, from Europe, and they specifically come to your pawn shop looking for those kind of deals on designer goods? That's my first question, then we'll get to my second question. Go ahead, Michael.
So 100%. We have people from all over the world that shop with us. You know, we're probably the busiest pawn shop in the country when it comes to resale. And you can save money. Obviously, we have brands like Tiffany, Cartier, Van Cleef & Arpels, you know, Patek, Rolex, you know, Breitling, the list goes on. People are scouring our stores. If you go in on an average day, you feel like you're at a United Nations meeting because there's people from all over the world in the store.
Interesting stuff. So people from overseas know that you can go to a pawn shop, specifically a pawn shop in Las Vegas, and get deals that may be unavailable in other places, correct?
Exactly. You know, one thing we have to distinguish is pawn shops, typical, and when we had super pawns, they were not typical because they were more higher-end jewelry. But Mack Pawn, we don't deal in electronics and TVs and tools. We're all luxury. So we're renowned. We're actually expanding our business. We're opening 2 stores in Vegas and 10 stores in the next 2 years because the luxury side has just been blown out. When you think about luxury or you compare it to jewelry stores, how many jewelry stores do you know that are in a specific town, city, or country? And then compare it to how many pre-owned luxury stores have you seen? And so that's the reason we're expanding. We see the demand. We also have a huge online presence that brings people not only to our store online, but across the threshold of our door every day.
Now you are pawn, P-A-W-N. You are pawn royalty. You're 4th generation. But let's take somebody who did not grow up in the business and says, you know, I've been hearing a lot about pawn. Maybe this is a career I want to get into. I'm not looking to open up my own shop, but maybe I want to go to work working for someone else. So if I came to you, Michael, and I said, look, I'm a relatively articulate guy, and I follow the luxury market, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Do I have a chance to come and work for you? How does getting hired by somebody like you work? And what kind of money could somebody make working in a pawn shop?
You know, great question. You know, when we first started in the pawn business, generations, you know, we'd pay minimum wage, we'd or spiff, but today we pay top dollar. We're getting people from branded stores. We're getting college graduates because, you know, the outlet of getting a job today is so difficult, but the market is open because there are jobs available. But so we're getting top-notch people qualified in different areas. But we hire today, if you have any customer service background and you're a person that wants to exceed, we have one associate in our store is a salesman that's going to make over $200,000 this year. So,
Wow.
yeah, there is huge opportunity, and we're always looking for good people as we expand our companies.
Well, I think what you just said should entice anyone to come over to any one of your stores, not simply to see what incredible luxury bargains they can get, which could help save the environment, but also might help save their pocketbook a little bit, and who knows, maybe get a job as well, Chris.
Michael, there's always probably one of those famous stories of someone bringing you something that you never imagined that you would see. So what is the most amazing story of someone bringing you something that they wanted to sell?
Well, every day is just like a fun, crazy day where I invite you guys down to come see it. When you stand behind the counter and you see a little old lady who comes to us every month because we're her bridge loan to pay for her medication while her, retirement check or her government check comes in, all the way to, famous people like Floyd Mayweather who loves shopping with us, or, we have a lot of Las Vegas Golden Knights and Raiders. It's funny because Floyd Mayweather is the wealthiest athlete in the world, and he loves shopping with us because he likes deals. And we're finding it more and more. People are savvy. People go online. People know what a deal is today. So we're competing with that marketplace, and so we serve our people. We have a motto in our store. When you come in our store and you want to sell something or get a loan on something, we pay you a fair price. And that's quite different than what most people think of a pawn shop. They think you're going to go in, you're going to get ripped off, and you need money. So we pay a fair price to our customers, and we sell for a fair price. And what's that mean? It means that we have a smaller margin, but we have thousands of customers a month that roll through our doors and get great deals.
Sounds great. You can find more information at maxpawn.com, and of course the store is at 6040 West Sahara Avenue. So for Michael Mack of Mack's Pawn Luxury, featured columnist Jay Billstein, and CYInterview, I'm Chris Nick.